Now, as you can see from my buddy Ned, he was a little reckless, right? He's edging in, and he's got his hips dropped out, and he's flattening off the wake and just going soaring straight across. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, that form on a wake jump, not gonna be mean or anything, but it's pretty close to useless because there's so much line tension. The rope is so tight. There's just no way he could spin or flip or even grab because it would just yank him right to his face. The boy's crazy. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a drill to start you out so that you can get your wake jump down perfectly so that you can get big wake to wake pop so that you can take to 360s, flips, and any trick you want to do on a wakeboard from the heel side. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick cut away from the wake, about 5 feet, turn, do a nice smooth cut, drop down just a little, and pop straight up and land in the middle of the wake. We're gonna do that a few times, and then we're gonna take it wake to wake by widening out our approach and just keeping that same speed cut. Now, one thing I always say is that if you think you're gonna come up short, just let go. Because as you saw Ned on that last trick, he came up short, that board went flying and he went crashing. So if you think you're gonna come up short, just let go. It'll save you a headache, I promise. Another thing Ned was doing is that when he was coming into the wake, he was absorbing the wake with his knees. What that does is it robs us of all of our height and causes us to go straight across the wake. If we come in and stand tall and firm at the wake, it'll pop us straight up in the air. Then once we get up in the air, then we can bend our knees and tuck up. But we always want to make sure that as we're riding up that wake, we're standing tall. If you have trouble with absorbing the wake and you don't know why every time you hit the wake your knees come up, it's time to do a drill. So what we want you to do is we want you to start at the base of the wake, completely straight and stiff like a board, lean back against the rope just a little bit, and then slowly start squatting down over our heels. As we get out to our peak point outside the wake, that's where we're gonna stand up tall again. That's gonna be the key motions that we mimic a heel side jump with. Then, if you're still struggling with absorbing the wake with your knees, I recommend starting your cut completely stiff, rocking back against the rope just a little bit, and hitting the wake completely stiff with your knees locked out, just to get you the feel of popping straight up.